Am I audible? Okay.
Yes, sir.
ठीक वजह से मिस्त्री हैं जैसे सुन रहे हैं।
আমারও হয়েছে মনে হচ্ছে। আমি ঢুকেছি কিনা বুঝতে পারি।
हेलो हेलो
हेलो।
সবাই নাম্বার লিখেছে আমি
Ketan Masurkar, please mute yourself.
হ্যাঁ মধুমিতা দিদি, মনে তো হচ্ছে, আমি তো কিছু জাস্ট এক একটা করে নাম দেখতে পাচ্ছি, কেতন মাসুরকার, এরকম কয়েকটা নাম, কিন্তু আমি নিজেকেও দেখতে পাচ্ছি না, বা বাকি সবাই। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, বলো বলো। কি করি বলো তো, অত পুরো হ্যাং করে যাচ্ছে। अपनी मोबाइल
मैडम म्यूट योरसेल्फ, मैडम प्लीज म्यूट योरसेल्फ।
হ্যাঁ বলো। হ্যাঁ শুরু হয়েছে, ঢুকে যাও। মিটিং দেখে নাও তো, সৌমেনকে একবার। না না, ওই ওয়েবেক্স। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ। আর আরেকটা আছে দেখো দেখি, মানে তো দুটো পার্টি, লেটেস্টটা দেখে নাও, লেটেস্ট। গুড মর্নিং স্যার।
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Dipankona, you can start.
Okay, sir. A very good morning, respected Honorable Director, sir, Dean, sir, Dean Faculty Welfare, Dean Student Welfare, Dean Academic, Dean Planning and Development, Dean Research and Consultancy, Dean International Relations and Alumni Affairs, Chief Warden, Registrar, all the faculty members present, staff members, dear students, their parents, and the dignitaries present on the virtual dais. On behalf of the IIEST fraternity, I welcome you all to the inaugural session of the Induction Cum Orientation Program of the Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology, Shibpur, 2021. On behalf of the Institute, I especially extend my warm greetings to the newly admitted first-year students attending this event. Indeed, we are very excited to welcome and introduce you to this prestigious Institute of Higher Learning. Your journey with this institute begins today, and we hope it results into an illustrious and productive association. Now let us formally commence with this program with an inaugural song by one of our PhD students, Tanushree. I invite Tanushree to the podium. Tanushree? Tanushree, are you there?
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, Tanushree, you're audible. Please commence with the inaugural song.
Okay, ma'am. A very good morning to our respected director, sir, and all the dean sirs, and all my professors who are present there, and of course the students who are about to begin a new journey. I feel very honored today to present the invocational song of our institute. Sangachadvam Sangvadadvam Samvumanasi Janatam Sangachadvam Sangvadadvam Samvumanasi Janatam Tamanu Mantra Samiti Samani Tamanu Mantra Samiti Samani Samanam Manasarchitam Isha Sangachadvam Sampadadvam Samvumanasi Janatam Samanivaya
সাউন্ডটা কমে যাচ্ছে না গান করতে ভালো
Vedayaniva Samaniva Kuti Samana Vedayaniva Samanamastu Manu Yatha Susahasati Sangachadva Sangvadadvam Samvumanasi Janatam. Thank you.
হ্যাঁ প্রসূন সবাইকে তো এটা আনমিউট করে দিয়েছে যার ফলে প্রোগ্রামটা তো এক্সিকিউটই করা যাচ্ছে না যে কার পর কার সিকোয়েন্স আমি প্রোগ্রামে তো পাঠিয়ে দিয়েছি তোমাকে এটা ওই দীপাঙ্কনা বলবে অ্যাঙ্কারিং করছে ওকে বললো বলে আবার অফ করে দিল তারপরে এরপর ধরো ডিরেক্টর থাকবে আমি থাকবো দিন দের এগুলো একটু অন করে দিতে বলো না আনমিউট করে দিতে বলে
Thank you, Tanushree, for this beautiful rendition and for familiarizing our students with our institute's very own invocation song. May I now request Professor Prashantu Kumar Nondi, Dean Faculty Welfare, to to kindly deliver the introductory speech for the occasion. Sir, please.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. Honorable Director, Professor Parthasarathi Chakraborty, Registrar Acting, Professor Rana Roy, all deans, heads, chief warden, dear colleagues, and my dear student freshers. Good morning to all. On behalf of the organization committee, Induction cum Orientation Program, IOP 21, I wish all the first year undergraduate freshers a very warm welcome to the Institute. First of all, I congratulate you for securing a good rank in the All India Joint Entrance Examination. I especially thank you for your right decision for choosing the high-ranking, globally reputed premier institute of engineering education to build up your academic career. I am sure that you can spare your valuable time for the most inspiring, innovative, and challenging environment of the institute. Through this online orientation program, you can interact among yourselves, senior students, and the faculty members of the institute. A series of exciting lectures from many eminent speakers have been arranged on 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th December. For details, please go through the detailed program schedule in the official website of our institute. And entertainment program has also been arranged on 18th. After that, 20th December, Monday, we have arranged the departmental level orientation program, and that will be held on after 4 p.m. So there you can participate actively, several group activity, debate, group discussion, etc. that you can participate. And this will be followed by valedictory session of this IOP 21 in the next day, that is 21st December, again from 4 p.m. onwards. There you can also, if you are interested, then you can send your names so that you can participate also in that cultural program if you like. Now we have arranged for several lectures, that is almost 6 lectures that we arranged in 4 days. Today we have the inaugural lecture by Dr. David Prasad Duwari. He will discuss on the universe, origin of universe, its expansion, and different shapes, sizes of galaxy, their origin. So he will explore on that aspects. And in the next day, we have in the first lecture, we have the role of ideas, intellectual property right, and innovation for startup. And then in the second lecture on 16th, we have arranged for your interesting lecture, that is artificial intelligence and its different aspects and applications. And on 17th, you have an interesting lecture on historical development of technology in India and abroad. And in the second half, that is 2:30 to 4 p.m., we have a lecture on environment, health, and well-being. And in the last lecture, that is Saturday, that will be very interesting. That the topic will be somewhat message of Swami Vivekananda to the youth. Right. So I request you to attend all these lectures and to actively participate in the departmental level orientation program and also cultural program. Okay, I wish you will all enjoy this program. Thank you all once again. Okay.
Thank you, sir, for this, for providing this very useful information, both about our institute and about this inaugural program. May I now request our Honorable Director, sir, Professor Parthasarathy Chakraborty, to kindly deliver the welcome address to the newly admitted students. Sir, over to you.
Good morning, my esteemed colleagues and the newly admitted students to IIST Shibpur. I congratulate all the students who have secured good rank in JEE Mains and could secure a seat in IIST Shibpur. I am happy to share with you that almost all the seats of this institute have been filled up by the students. I congratulate your parents also and thank you for choosing this institution, and I'm sure that you will not regret afterwards for choosing this institution, as you know that this institution has a rich legacy. It has completed its journey of 165 years. It's one of the oldest technical institutions of the country. So that way, I think that you have come to the right place. And it now depends on how you utilize your 4 years or 5 years of stay here and learn from these excellent teachers of this institution and make best use of the infrastructure and the state-of-the-art facilities which are available in the institute. So the purpose of the orientation program, as Professor Nandi has already explained to you, there's no denial of the fact that this is not the way we intended to welcome you to the institute. Probably we wanted that we'll be able to meet physically and you'll come to the campus and see the facilities available on the campus and enjoy not only the scenic beauty but also see this your infrastructure which is available with this institute. But unfortunately, because of the pandemic situation which has taken the whole world under its grip, now we are not still say that we are safe enough that we can call all or we can have regular interaction or the earlier things which we used to follow. Probably now there will be a new normal situation where these conditions of maintaining social distancing, etc., is likely to continue some more time. And it's completely unpredictable, as you have seen in the past for almost 2 years now. It's nearly 2 years that physical interaction has not been possible, and most of the teaching learning processes are going in the online mode in all institutions, including schools, colleges, everywhere. And I welcome to this seat of learning, great seat of learning, and at the same time, I welcome you to this great city of Kolkata, which you know as Calcutta, and it's the city of joy. And one of the biggest advantage of this institution is its proximity to a metro city, and Calcutta has a rich cultural heritage also for a long time, and for many historic reasons, Calcutta is well known to the entire world. So that way, it is a great opportunity for you to see the city and enjoy this city of joy. But unfortunately, again, it will take little more time for you to physically welcome in the campus. And we believe as per our plan, it goes like this, and this dreaded virus, corona, doesn't get mutated in a form that which will be difficult for to handle for the mankind. So we hope for the best that the situation will improve, and Omicron, the new mutant which is now threatening people, should not have that kind of adverse and disastrous effect which the other variants have shown in the past. So with this hope, and we believe that I will be able to call you to the campus very soon. But as you know that because all institutions have got limited infrastructure in terms of hostels and other things, so it may not be possible to call all the students in one go. So we have already started allowing the students of postgraduate students and PhD students. They are already in the campus. Final year students also we are allowing. So in phases we'll be calling back all the students, all the batches rather. But you have to bear with us because of this, because our priority is your health, right? Your safety, your security is our prime concern. So we do not want to put you or you don't want to compromise with your safety and security and health risks. So that is why you have to be a little with us. I know that it's very difficult for all of you to attend classes in the online mode. Many of you may be staying in the remote areas where this internet facility is not available that way. And it's an expensive affair also, expensive with the recent telecommunication plans and these prices of this your data services going high again. So we understand it is difficult, but there is no choice at the moment. So we'll have to understand that. And now coming to this, the new students, I'll share some of the things which are technologically very important and which are very important for you to look ahead. Coming to an institution, studying here for 4 years, getting a degree and getting a job is one thing that everyone, your parents and you all are aspiring that you get into a good institution. And I'm happy to share with you that the placement this year has been excellent in this institution. And we believe that we'll be able to secure a job for all of you by the time you pass out. But that's not very important. What is more important is to look into the technological trends which is going on. Right, as you know that this is the age of information technology, and it is spreading in such a way that irrespective of the branch of engineering or technology you have selected, you have to be familiar with the technology. And there is no denial of the fact that IT is ruling the entire world now, right? And we all Indians are proud to think that many of these giant IT companies are headed by Indians. So that is a great thing for we as Indians to be proud of, that they are headed by Indians. So you can imagine that what kind of potentials these Indians have, right? So given an infrastructure, proper infrastructure and conducive environment, what these Indians can't do, that's the question. So we can do so. Entire world has a lot of expectation from the Indians, right? And getting into a good institution and learning the things, not closing your eyes. Keep your eyes open, and what is happening around, you must know about that technological trends and then orient about yourself. And you'll find that the companies which are headed by in the IT industries by Indians are not from the background of communication or electronics communication or IT per se. They are from different branches. So if you are doing metallurgical engineering, you cannot say that I have no business with IT, right? And in the job sector, you find that IT jobs are more and more available, and many of the students are going to the IT sectors. But nevertheless, you should neglect your core subject. Core subject you must study. Because if you look into the changes which has happened in the near past in the country, you find that India has dominated in IT industries always. But now a trend has come when the government of India is focusing on the manufacturing sector, right? Where the engineers need to play a dominant role there. So in the Make in India program, all these major manufacturing will be taking place in India. Some technology will be innovative technology, which will be developed, indigenous technology, which will be developed in the countries. And in some cases, the giant companies will open industries where the engineers will get job there, and it will be their technology which will be used. But the need of the hour is to have our innovative and indigenous research and development, so that we can develop something which we can say it's not only made in India, it's made in India, it's made in with Indian technology. This has been made. So that's why a lot of emphasis has been given in the recent past to promote innovation in research, right? So these innovations have to be a kind of innovation which will be altogether a new idea. So that new idea will motivate somebody to completely forget the conventional way or accepted methodology of doing certain things. So normally we focus on sustained technology, right? A technology which is modified a little. Say if you go to automobile industries, you find that you make small modifications, right? You have a complete manual car which is then replaced by your automated gearing system. Now the CVT system has come. These are sustained technology. But the new technology which is going to come is that electric vehicles, right? And this electric vehicle is in the market for a long time. But what innovation is needed in electrical vehicle? Probably a methodology by which you can do a fast charging of your batteries. You know that batteries require to be charged, right? As you know that fossil fuel, you cannot go for long. So ultimately you have to switch over to electric vehicles. But there are a lot of challenges. You cannot stand in a queue for 45 minutes or 1 hour for charging your battery in a charging station. So you have to develop a mechanism by which it gets self-charged when the car you are driving the car. So you have to make a mechanism by which the battery gets charged itself, or some mechanism where fast charging can be done. Maybe the existing electrolyte which is discharged can be changed by charged electrolyte. Some novel ideas, some breakthrough ideas to be brought in electrical vehicle technology. And you'll have to do a kind of energy harvesting there. The energy which is available in nature and which is redundant, but not in the usable form. So you need to transform that kind of energy. It may be wind pressure, and this can be your solar energy. This can be other forms of mechanical energy. You have to tap those energy, convert it into an electrical energy, and then you can drive a machine. So this kind of technology, this is the future, which in that direction you have to think. And if you can have some innovative idea and can implement it, it's not very easy task. But if you see the history, that many of the things which you have accepted today has come in a very modest way. Very modest business people started, which you call startup, a small business, a small project, right? Which with an innovative idea. Idea is innovative. If you have an innovative idea, then it is very difficult to implement it. Difficult to implement is that people will not accept it immediately. So you'll have to face a lot of difficulties, challenges. But you'll succeed one day. I can give you one very small example. And this is so important and which has changed the life of everyone. It's come through a very small, modest business. And the heaven for this is the Silicon Valley. All these new ideas, novel technology, they have originated from Silicon Valley in the US. San Francisco, close to that, you have the Silicon Valley. Well, a lot of startups are there. They have come. The example I wanted to give you is the personal computer. That PC you use today, the laptop, the form you were using today, it didn't come in a very easy way. There is a time when people used to think that computer is something which is a central facility. If you have one organization, you will have maximum one computer, and that computer will be a central facility which will be used by all employees, all stakeholders of that company. Right. So this used to be a huge system for the entire, just like your library, it's a central facility. So it came in that way. And the computer companies never thought that there may be a situation one day when each one of us, every one of us will require a computer. Right. Why this idea didn't come? They thought that it is not possible, it will not be affordable for all to have a computer in their house. And there may not be any requirement of this because that time the lifestyle was completely different. So if you have to write a program, you'll have to go to computer center, and even in our times, we didn't have computer terminals like this. We used to use the punch cards, used to punch those cards and put it on the computer deck, and then computer used to read those cards, and then that program is to be executed, and some output you used to get in there. But today you get that result immediately right on your screen. So that day that was not there. So that was a huge system, and people thought that no, this is not going to happen. But a small startup, a few people, they started this venture. Why not to give an attempt to make a computer for the personal usage? And many big people, so-called big people, they thought that this situation is never going to come, that everyone will require a computer. Or what could be the maximum requirement of your memory. Today the memory, kind of memory you are having, even in your simple pen drive, that is unimaginable. When I got my first computer, personal computer, it has a hard disk of 40 MB. You laugh at it. You laugh at it, but that time it was the most advanced computer in the whole institute, right? Personal computer. So now we have come a long way. So nothing is impossible, right? But when you bring this kind of innovative technology, you'll have to create a market. That is very, very important. This idea is not sufficient. The idea comes to your mind, then you make it technologically viable, right? Then you'll have to make it affordable price. There are lots of such examples where people thought that no, this is not going to happen. Nobody thought that railways, they will beat the buses. They never thought that this electrical communication will completely replace the courier system or the postal system that way. And today you can send email at any part of your globe just by clicking your mouse. So that people never thought, right? So why they could not think is not because of their limitation of their vision, but they never thought that this kind of technology changes will come. There are many turning points in all technologies. We call it mechanical, electrical, electronics. Everywhere you see that there are certain turning points in the technology which has destroyed the existing market completely and created new market. I give you another example: light emitting diodes. Light emitting diodes, when they were initially invented, they used to be used for small display purposes in electronic devices and systems, right? Or electronic watches, etc. But this light LED will be used for general purpose lighting was never thought of, right? So people started working on this. They invented white LED, and now that external illumination, indoor illumination, street light illumination, everywhere LED. So technology was old, but the technology is modified in such a way, and a market was created because nobody now goes for this fluorescent lamp. Then you have CFL, compact fluorescence lamp. Those are also replaced. Now everybody finds that LED has a long life and the power consumption is low. So they created a market and then launched this light, and everybody now goes for light emitting diodes, LED, everywhere for external and internal. So this way you'll find that many things have changed actually the status quo, the way you do, conventional way of way you do things. So that kind of technology has to be brought in, and there are many areas where you should think about, and these are the technologies which are going to come in future. Many of them are available, as open problem, that you can find that there is this open challenge given to engineers, that whether you can think in this line. One of them is this, the transportation line, that what is the future transportation, right? Other than your railways, roadways, or seaways, airways. Apart from that, the new technology of high-speed train, hyperloops, they are going to come, where through a vacuum tube, nearly vacuum tube, these trains in the form of capsules will be running, and moving from Calcutta to Delhi will barely take 2 hours, less than 2 hours. So this kind of technology is open technology which is available, and people are working on it, and some projects have been taken up that this will be the new technology. So these are, many of these things are coming, and as you know that those who are related to your computer, electronics, and other things, you know that telecommunication sector, there is going to be a huge change with when we completely switch over to 5G technology. There are a lot of challenges also associated with the 5G technology, and the technology will have to make it sustainable also. That is very, very important, and there are a lot of concerns and issues about this implementation of 5G technology and many of these countries, because the health hazards will be more, right? 5G technology, that is the prediction. So one section of people are opposing to that. And now the situation has come in a way that everything is dependent on technology. As I just in the beginning of the program, this digital platform you see has given us an opportunity that even in the pandemic situation, we are able to have some interaction, right? It may not be in a physical mode, but definitely in a mode where we can interact with each other. And that's a great opportunity. But it has its own drawback. When you attend the program physically and listen to the music, probably you could get the full test of the music because of this problem, bandwidth issues, and other issues related to this. So there are many scopes, many opportunities to work on those aspects. And now, the purpose of technology, if you see that the basic purpose of technology is to improve the quality of human life, right? But what we really mean by improving the quality of human life? So is it that you won't have to move anywhere? You sit at one place and do everything through remote control. You use everything, and through this internet and digital platform, you do your banking work, and you do your studies. Everything you do, even your daily chores, you can do it this way of doing puja virtually. Greeting somebody on the occasion of birthday or other occasions you do virtually. So everything is possible today virtually. But is it really improving the quality of our life? That is to be examined and explored. But no way it is going to stop the development in the technology. Technology will come, new technology will come. And how much of this technology is to be used and to what extent it should be used? Because you see that because of this kind of less movement, we are not having enough physical exercise, and a lot of ailments are coming because of that. And students, you know that in addition to learning certain skills and certain courses, you have to be physically and mentally very, very strong. So if you do not interact with people, you do not get the opportunity. You are always glued to this virtual world. Why this is a virtual world? The kind of feeling you have when you greet a person on the occasion of birthday or some other occasion, the kind of this thing you feel, that can never be obtained in the virtual world. So in a way, we are bringing a lot of lifestyle diseases by completely dependent on technology. So this is one thing you'll have to make a balance, because this is the time when you can plan your future, right? Many of us who have adapted this technology quite late, because we got that opportunity of physical interaction most of our time. But you are at the juncture when everything is almost virtual now, How to keep a balance? because sound health and a sound mind, these are very two important things which will help you. It is not getting a degree, right? You have to turn out to be a strong person mentally also, and equipped with all the technologies or technical things or the skills which will be imparted to you. So this is very, very important for you to decide that how much of this technology you use, how much you take care about your physical, your health and other things. This is very, very important, because after getting this, you'll get a job where most of the companies are now asking you to work from home, right? Because it is beneficial for the companies to do that, right? And they keep you busy from morning to late evening, and you don't get any opportunity to do any kind of physical exercise or think anything beyond that. And that because of that, aging happens very fast. So you'll have to decide and make a right kind of choice, right? Technology has many good things, these digital things, many bad things also. I'm not talking of cybercrime is one of the disadvantages or one of these fallouts of these technological developments, that cybercrimes have increased in number of ways, and the social media has added fuel to this kind of thing. So you have to be very, very cautious about using this. And in the age of your Internet of Things or Internet of Everything, where everything will be digitally controlled, and your privacy is compromised to a great extent. What you are communicating, when you are going to board a flight, where you are going to check in, everything is open. So it is. So your privacy is compromised in a large way. We are happy that we are getting free email service, but the price you are paying for getting this free email service is enormous. And your data which you share is shared to third parties. Sometimes you get calls from some person whom you do not know, or some company who you do not know. How do they get this information? So when you share this information, you have to be very, very cautious. That so technology, these are the prices we pay in a different form by severely compromising your privacy, and that can lead to a lot of threats also to individuals. So this you have to be very, very careful. The new education policy, you know, that new education policy which has started in 2020, the National Education Policy, NEP 2020. There are a lot of options and flexibilities have been made, and all these institutions will gradually tune to this National Education Policy, where you'll have many options of doing interdisciplinary, and this is the age of interdisciplinary research. So we promote a lot of open electives where you can choose the open elective properly. Even if you are in the branches like mining, metallurgy, you can have adequate exposure to computer related courses which are on demand, or nanotechnology, or this kind of courses. So these are the technology which are going to come in future. IoT is a big future, that all these things will be now controlled and through internet. And another technology, if it is successful, it has been shown, as you know, is that quantum computation. And quantum computation, if it comes, quantum computation, then it will change the entire world. Entire world in a big way. So quantum computation will change the entire world, and some of the companies have come. There are certain difficulties. Once these difficulties are sorted out, then there will be a huge change in this information technology and this computer-based or digital world. There will be a huge change. And health sector, as you lastly, that health sector, you have seen that this tiny COVID virus, that coronavirus, has forced this entire world to shut down in a way, at least for some time. And it has an adverse effect on your economy of all the countries. So we should be prepared for these some researches. And now there is no boundary between your life science research and engineering research. Engineers and life science, the people who are working in life science related area, all of them will have to come together to solve this kind of problem. And a lot of things have been developed to combat with for the testing of COVID and how to combat this virus. So both engineers and doctors have come together and worked to fight this situation. So one way, what I want to say that is the age of your interdisciplinary or cross-disciplinary research. So engineers will have to know biology, and biologists will have to know a little bit of engineering. Then if we all work together, all scientists, engineers work together, we'll be able to develop your devices which will be useful for the mankind. So with this, your remarks and comments and what I wanted to share with you, I once again congratulate all of you for securing a seat in this great institution, and I believe that all of you will have a memorable journey for 4 or those who are in ITD 5 years journey in this institution. And I'm sure that you will cherish your stay for this 4 to 5 years in this institution the rest of your life. Thank you very much and wish you all the best. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating speech, for highlighting the very rich legacy of our prestigious seat of learning, the different state-of-the-art facilities available here. We are truly inspired, sir, by listening to your advice, and the young students, I'm sure, will benefit a lot from your guidance. Thank you once again for addressing the gathering, despite your busy schedule. Now I invite Professor Debobruto Mujumdar, Dean Students Welfare, to kindly say a few words on this occasion.
Thank you, Dr. Bhattacharya. Am I audible, Dr. Bhattacharya?
Yes,
Hello.
sir, you're perfectly audible, sir. Sir, you're perfectly audible.
Thank you. Honorable Director, Professor Partha Chakraborty, all the deans, all the heads, all the staffs and officers, and my dear students, very good morning to all of you. Precious, I extend my warm and heartiest greetings to all of you, and I congratulate you to choose this 165 years old institution for building your career. I surely believe that you will not feel any discomfort whenever you will study in this institution, and you will not also feel any feel deprived whenever you will just pass out from this institution. And definitely you have chosen different fields, and some of the students may not get the discipline which he or she targeted. But I can tell you that all the disciplines are very much same, and in all the discipline, the skill and efficiency, it is the last goal, and you have to devote yourself to be very much acquainted with the discipline. You have to perform yourself, because ultimately your professional skill that you speak in your future life. And in this year also, we are going for online induction program. You know what is the reason for that. And from 2020, the students who have admitted, till they are unable to come to the institute, and hopefully they will come in January 2022, and you will also be able to come to this institution when we will feel that now it is completely safe for you from COVID. Students, all the first year students, you must be very much aware that different kinds of assistance you require from the institution, and this kind of assistance may be in form of scholarship, in form of some certification, or in form of different kinds of academic and non-academic information, because you are totally out of touch from the institute. But I can tell you that regarding the academic matters, whenever you will have any kind of query, you should contact with the Dean Academic, and whenever you will require any kind of information regarding your scholarship, your extracurricular activities, your participation in different clubs and societies, then you should, or any other similar type of matter, then you should contact with Dean Students Welfare, or I say Dean Students Welfare. We are always with you, and I can tell you that the institute is very much proud to have you, and I surely believe that you will fulfill your dream whenever you pass out from this institution. Now I'm coming to some salient queries from you. First of all, when you have been admitted to this institution, you got some kind of admission certificate, enrollment certificate, and that is the first document from the institute to you. And whenever you will make any kind of correspondence to any institute official, then you should use your G Suite account, and in some cases you have to attach that enrollment certificate in the mail. And you know that we are now doing all services in online mode, and in online mode we are sending all these certificates etc. through your email as an attachment, and sometimes hard copy may be required. In case of hard copy, you should make a request over the email, and then you can come to the office physically, or you can send any of your authorized representative. Now question is that apart scholarship matter, I think a good number of students, they are applying for various scholarships. There are two types of scholarships, you know. The total information of the scholarship, most of the scholarships are under National Scholarship Portal, and some of the scholarships are under state scholarship portals. And you will be very much happy to know that in most of the state scholarship portals, our institute is now registered. So you can access our institution whenever you apply for any scholarship from your state. And in case of National Scholarship Portal, you will get all information about all the scholarships, and I can just tell you that some proceed to follow up in case of applying scholarships, and you should be very much that during session. First of all, information should be filled correct, otherwise you are rejected, and requested to unlock your etc. This type of, it is very cumbersome, so very much careful whenever you in scholarship. And apart from, may require some information in activities, your part and clubs and society. IST Shibpur campus, you will be much happy when you find department, and in this green campus you will find lot of opportunity to build yourself. And this building is not related to the academics. Some other also, we are having 16 number of clubs, various departments. Apart from that, all the department is having academic society. And there are so many activities, regular and also occasional activities are going on in academic, departmental academic society and other clubs and societies. And you can be the member, you can be a member of each club and society. There is no restriction that you are entitled to only 1 or 2 clubs. It's not like that. Due to pandemic, the physical programs could not be held during 2020 and also rest part of the 2020 and also 2021 till today. But online programs are always going on and can participate in different kinds of online programs. Once you are allowed to come to the institute, all the physical programs will be resumed. There is no problem at all. And I can tell you that we have facilities like say NCC, yoga, physical training, etc. And you know that it is a part of your first semester, second semester curriculum. And from 2020, all these things are considered as non-credit subjects. But we are thinking to develop the NCC as a credit subjects. One proposal has come to us, and we are thinking for thinking in direction. And this NCC subject may be an elective subject, but it is in very much primary stage. Some procedures are also required to do this. And you, whenever you will just go for your first semester classes, then you will find that there are 8 number of groups and 1 architecture group. Total group number of groups is 9. And first of all, in each group, you will have to select 1 representative. And finally, whenever you will go for the 3rd semester, then you will select your representative. And you know that this representative, it is the class representative in the academic society, and the academic society has some general secretary, and the general secretary, apart from the general secretary, some clubs and societies, they are also having general secretary. All these general secretaries are very much elected through some kind of election process. Every year, this election is election we conduct, and this election is leading to formation of student senate that we have already formed in 2021. 2021 we have already formed the senate, and the senate election that will be conducted in the coming year once again. So in all the cases, there would be good representation. You can share your views, you can participate, and you can keep your opinion. There is no problem. And ultimately, the students, they will go for academic programs and also extracurricular programs in a oriented manner. And if you find any kind of problem, you should don't hesitate to share your views, to share your problem, and we are very much there to hear from you. And I want to mention another point, that in all the cases, you will find the email address in the institution portal website under the administration. And sometimes I see that you are sending, some students are sending mail to the personal mail. The personal mail you should, that means departmental mail, you should not send any kind of mail. You should send the official mail of Dean Students Welfare, Dean Academic, or any other deans. That would be very much convenient for us. And lastly, I would like to say that first year students, you will have some kind of medical insurance, health insurance package, and you can consider within a very short period, you will be insured under this health insurance package by National Insurance Company Limited. So this is the added facility for all the first year students. We have started from 2019, and if you have any kind of inconvenience regarding your study, then you just contact with either Dean Academic or Dean Students Welfare, and I have already mentioned to which matters should be covered. So congratulations to all of you for choosing our institution, and I wish all the best in your future life. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this very helpful information and the advice to the students. You have very aptly, sir, focused on the various scholarship opportunities, the medical insurance policies, opportunities for enrollment of various clubs and societies of IST Shibpur. All of this information will be highly beneficial to the students. May I now request Professor Sudipto Mukhopadhyay, Chief Warden, Sir, IIEST Shibpur, to kindly address the students and enlighten them about the campus accommodation facilities. Chief Warden, sir. Professor Sudipto Mukhopadhyay. Sir, can you hear us? Chief Warden, Professor Sudipto Mukhopadhyay, sir. Okay, moving on. Sir will join us shortly. May I now invite Professor Shubhashish Bhomik, Dean Planning and Development, to kindly say a few words on this occasion. Dean Planning and Development, sir. Dean, sir.
Hello. Yeah. Honorable
Yes, sir.
Director, Professor Parthasarathi Chakraborty, faculty members, officers, and my dear newly entrant students who must be feeling proud to be part of IST family. Good morning to all of you. This orientation program has been organized with three objectives, keeping in mind the three objectives. Number one is to introduce the students to this college life. Number two is acclimating students to their new surroundings. And the third one is providing an opportunity for the institute to meet with the new members, the newest member of our community. For the informations to the students, this institute is conveniently located and it is very well connected to all the important locations in Howrah and Kolkata, the twin cities situated on the two banks of the river Hooghly. The institute has a beautiful green campus covering approximately an area of 50 hectares. The campus has a number of academic and administrative buildings, workshops, central library, which accommodates about 1.4 lakhs textbooks and the reference books, computer centers, Center for Innovation and Business Incubation, accommodation for the staff members and the students, guest house, auditorium, swimming pool, students' amenity centers, which includes 2 big sports ground, bank, primary, secondary schools, hospitals with medical officers and the supporting staffs. And this entire campus, it includes hostel, including the hostels. It is Wi-Fi enabled. Students, this engineering institute, it has been established to train you in your respective branch of study, equip you with the knowledge and the skills to facilitate intellectual and the professional growth, have a holistic outlook towards life, have broad understanding of the society and relationships, and have a desire to work for the national needs and its beyond. Character needs to be nurtured, which is an essential quality by which you would be understand and fulfill your responsibility as an engineer, as a citizen, and as a human being. So the main focus of this institute is to empower you with the sound technical knowledge, wisdom, experience, and training, both at the academic level of engineering and in a highly competitive global industrial markets. The institute has 15 departments, engineering departments, including architecture, humanities, and in addition, it has 4 schools and 2 centers which have been dedicated for imparting educations and conducting research in the interdisciplinary fields. The infrastructural facilities and the state-of-the-art equipments, combined with the galaxy of competent, talented, and the dedicated faculty members, contribute you to an enjoyable and easy space of learning experience. State-of-the-art research facilities are available in the institute, which are helpful to undertake fruitful and the meaningful, relevant research at the undergraduate level. The century-old legacy of the institute has produced illustrious alumni of this institute who made remarkable contribution in the different fields across the globe. There are different students' clubs which will give a student a scope for quality life outside their academic inside the campus. So students, you must have a dream, should connect with studies, familiarize to an unknown environment, develop some network, a strong network among the other peers, make friendship, be dedicated professionals, work hard, innovate ideas, develop leadership roles, leadership quality, think about the society, be responsible citizen, and enjoy life. We hope that each and every student who has been admitted in this institute will get enough opportunity to shape and fulfill his or her dreams during these 4 years of study in this premier institute. Once again, we'll welcome you all, and we are glad that you are here today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have been joined by Professor Sudipta Mukhopadhyay, Chief Warden, IIST Shibpur. Sir, if you could be kind enough to address the gathering and enlighten the students about the different halls, the different hostels, and general campus accommodation facilities. Chief Warden, sir. Professor Sudipta Mukhopadhyay, sir. Sir, you're not audible. Sir, can you hear us, Chief Warden?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir. Sir, we can hear you. Sir?
Madam, hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Sir, please continue, sir. You're audible. We can hear you. All the students can hear you, sir. I think sir is having some internet connectivity issues. Yes, sir, we can see you, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. I don't know whether you are getting my voice or not, because
So
it is not clear to me.
We are getting your voice, sir. So we are getting.
Yes. So, on behalf of the institute, I am the chief warden of this institute, and I welcome you all in this great institution. Our institution, IIST Shibpur, you are lucky you are getting this institution as your institution for study. Now you see, there are many hostels. Those hostels are old. Some infrastructure problems are there, but that we are managing. And when one point is there, that for during this COVID period, we are unable to provide hostels to each and everyone. So maintaining COVID protocol, if it is decided that hostel facilities will be provided to first year and your class will be started, then obviously we'll give you a link where you can apply for the hostels, and according to distance you will get the hostels. So don't worry, when class will be started, before that we'll do the needful and you will get notification in our website. I'm sorry, from here network is very poor. So with this small speech, I'm concluding here. Thank you all. Thank you for giving me chance for welcoming first year. First year, I'm also an alumni of this institution, and welcome you all. And you will enjoy your stay here during your 4-year study. I think you will enjoy. And thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging words. As sir said, dear students, there are a lot of heritage structures, and our campus can boast of a beautiful amalgamation of old infrastructure coupled with new state-of-the-art facilities. You'll get to see all of these when you can reach the campus post this COVID scenario. So now I request Professor Shudeep Kumar Roy, Dean Academic, to kindly convey his message for the students on this occasion.
Good afternoon, Director IIST Shibpur, all deans, faculty members, staff members, and my dear students. It is my great privilege to say something at today the inaugural program of the orientation for the first year students. You are one of the few boys and girls, you are among the one of the few boys and girls of your age group who are able to study in an institute of national importance of the country in the subjects of engineering or architecture. You have completed your school days and now you have joined in an institute for higher study. Now, this is the engineering or architecture. Here you will learn different branches of engineering and or architecture. And after 4 years, you will come out from this institute and become a professional in your respective field. And you will start develop you'll be joined in the development of the country, not only in the country, but also of the other parts of the different parts of the globe and different challenging projects. So I hope you will prepare yourself accordingly in the next 4 years. I want to share a few information related to your academics. First of all of you have received G-SUD IDs, but I came to know that nearly 100 of you have not accepted or activated the G-SUD IDs. So please do it as early as possible. Otherwise, you will minimum, there is a minimum time period within which it should be activated. Your all academic program, all classes, your exam, till we are going on online mode, you have to undertake through these G-SUD IDs only. Not only that, whenever you will communicate with any of the authorities for any reason, always write mail through your G-SUD ID. And another advice to you, whenever you write any mail to any authority, please keep your name and department clearly mentioned. So please, those who have not activated, please do it as early as possible. Another information which has already partly has been given by Professor Debabrat Majumdar, our Dean Students Welfare, that you in the first year you will be divided into 9 groups. You will not attend classes according to your departments. The groups, there will be 8 groups for the BTech engineering students and 1 group separately for the B Arch, because B Arch has a separate curriculum. But BTech students, you have a whatever your discipline, CS, computer science, mechanical, civil engineering, or electrical, or any branch that you are having the same curriculum. Your curriculum is mostly like that. Your first year, in the first semester, 4 groups, usually the group 1, 2, 3, 4, you will have the subjects like mathematics 1, physics, basic electrical engineering, ecology and environment, sociology and professional ethics, physics laboratory, basic electrical engineering laboratory, workshop, and another. These are all having specific credits and non-credit or 0 credit course, but compulsory course, that is NCC, NSS, NCC, yoga, others. The other group in the first semester, those who have, this is about the group 1, 2, 3, and 4. For group 5, 6, 7, and 8, they are having the subjects mathematics, which is common for both the groups, chemistry, introduction to computing, mechanics, professional communication in English, chemistry laboratory, computer laboratory, and drawing. And second semester, it will be interchange. Those who are now studying group 1, 2, 3, 4, these subjects, that will go to the group 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will study the same subjects in the second semester, and the other vice versa. But only one difference, that mathematics 1, which will be in the first semester for all the groups, mathematics 2 will be another subject which will be common for all the groups. So these details of the breakup or your breakup of your different groups, that you will be known by tomorrow afternoon. That will be intimated to you by tomorrow afternoon, and by that time, so you will be knowing that which group you belong. Now, whenever you have the classes, we will share the class routine with you, but respective teachers, they will send you link, and you have to attend the class through that link. It will be from Gmeet link that respective teachers will share with you, and you have to attend that classes. Different in your entire curriculum, there will be a midterm examination. There will be an end term examination. The midterm examination will be nearly at the middle of the semester, and end term at the end of the semester. And other than that, there will be class tests, assignments, quizzes, so many other things which the teachers will decide, and teachers will accordingly intimate you, and you will be attend those assessment process. So this is the entire assessment process, that there will be a continuously assessed. It will be assessed by the teacher. You have a midterm exam, you will have an end term exam. You will also your other curriculum that will be decided by your teacher. Your respective teacher will guide you what you should do, what are the different topics, and what are you have to read. Now, another important issue that I like to share, partly has been shared by Professor Devbrata Majumdar also, that whenever you have an issue, you can write to some academic related issue. Definitely, you can write to me. That means Dean, the email ID of the Dean. Don't write to in my official, my other departmental or the personal Gmail. Always write it in the Dean's mail. But if you have any issue of a particular subject, you can communicate with the respective teacher. You don't need not to for any topic, any subject, anything. You can communicate with your respective teacher or the head of the department or your head of the department. But in general academic related issues, you can definitely you can communicate with me or to Professor Devbrata Majumdar, the topic, the different issues he has already intimated. But I have another point to share with you. Don't write always first at the beginning of the first mail. Don't try to send it to our director. Even I have seen that one of you have not received the GSUD ID, and you have directly mentioned it to the director, sir. So you have definitely you have the right to write to the director. I will not deny that right. But the small issues which will be taken care by others. So why don't you should not write to first to the director? You write it to others, and if you are not, your problem is not solved, definitely you can intimate to the director. And so these are the different points that I would like to share with you. So I expect that, finally, the another point I have mentioned, I have forgotten, that is branch change. This is the branch change is another issue which is available for the students who have a good CGPA at the end of the second semester or first year, rather to say, at the end of the first year, who will have the good, very good CGPA, they could get an opportunity to change their branch. But definitely some norms are there, some rules are there. Definitely the reservation rules will be applied there. So you have to follow that, but you will have an opportunity to change your branch at the end of the first year. So all of this, with this, I like to conclude here. I hope you will have a very enjoyable journey in the next 4 years, and after we will have the opportunity to interact with you in different occasions in future. So thank you all.
And thank you, sir, for giving a brief overview of the academic curriculum and the overall course structure. And as sir said repeatedly, dear students, please note that you're required to activate the official G Suite IDs vested on you by the institute, else you'll not be allowed to join the online classes and online examination. So please make a note of it and address it at the earliest. And for any kind of communication, mention your name, mention your department, and mail it to the official IDs of the respective deans and not their personal email IDs. Please make a note of these important things which are told in the orientation program. Moving on, may I now request Professor Hafizur Rahman, Dean Research and Consultancy, to address the audience on this auspicious occasion of IOP 2021. Dean Research and Consultancy, Professor Hafizur Rahman, sir. Sir, can you hear us? Professor Hafizur Rahman, Dean Research and Consultancy.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible. You're audible, sir.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Honorable, my colleague, my dear other virtual platform. It gives me all the.
So your voice is not coming very distinctly, sir.
Which is of engineering. The first time IIT from this. It is the you will be acquainted with the technical and personal skills to compete with the world-class student. First year is an encouraging time for all the students. It signifies a unique phase of phase in your learning, and they have been given the choice not and to study. We feel how to provide quality education to the students through well qualified faculty and staff. Excellent infrastructure. We have immense immense online online opportunity. It is an opportunity for to compete in the with your students. I congratulate you all for getting it to study estimation. Due to COVID pandemic, it will not be possible for us offline immediately. But look forward to meet you all at our. Hope you will achieve great success in passing 4 years. Once again, I for getting the chance. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your. Thank you, sir, for your encouraging words. Now I invite Professor Orindom Vishwas, Dean International Relations and Alumni Affairs, to please say a few words to the students. Professor Orindam
Thank you,
Vishwas.
Mr. Kalkana.
Sir?
Honorable Director, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir. You're
Hello?
audible. Yes, sir, you're audible and visible.
Okay. Honorable,
Jose Bhattacharya, you are not.
Honorable Director, Honorable Director, sir, esteemed colleagues, and the new freshers who have joined the institute today. Welcome to this esteemed institute, which has a legacy of more than 150 years. The courses you have joined here are the professional courses. So I'll tell you something about the professional development that you should take care of. In a professional development, professionalism is the ultimate thing that you have to bear in mind. Whatever courses you are following, professional development goes along three different ways. One is your technology development, the way you learn and assimilate the technology that will be taught in your classroom. The other part is that you have to develop your communication. Now, most of us, we do not feel fluent in a certain language. So please pick up the language well so that you can communicate well with others. And nowadays, what has become much more important is that along with the technology, you must know how to deal with people. This is another dimension which has been added because the competition is very high. Wherever you are working, whenever you're in a class, wherever you are, the meeting with people, dealing with people, rather than that, the man management is very, very important. Another thing I'd like to mention is that since you are belonging to the digital era, there will be manufacturing sector, but even the manufacturing sector cannot deny the digital era. I have seen in Infosys, Wipro-like companies, they're looking for some engineers who should have a background of mechanical engineering. Why? Or aerospace engineering. Why? Because as I talk to them, they say, because we need the core competence in this area, because they have a project on that. So the core technology is going to be there. Even in that scenario, the digital era, digital technology, that has to be brought in. Please remember that the etiquette, digital etiquette you are following, writing a mail to someone, you have to write it properly. Whom you are writing to, that you have to be very careful. Again, your social media, how you are going to manage the social media, I do not know whether you are aware of it or not, but it is true that some companies, Google and these companies, they profile you at your through your social media accounts. You have to give them your social media accounts. They will see what are your activities, how you are going to manage it. So the digital etiquette is very, very important. As our director sir was saying that we have produced many CEOs globally. Maybe who knows, one from this class or two or more from this class, one day will become more from this class, one day will become a CEO. Say 10 say that you are actually everything is being chronicled through your social media. Earlier you say something, write something, that gets lost. But if you nowadays, whatever you do now, 20 years from now, it will be available. We can see it in your Twitter account what you have said. So please, that way you have to maintain. A CEO 10, 20 years back, what he has said, that is also a point. So please be careful about that. And coming to the innovative part, some of the points which have been already mentioned. So if you can think of certain areas, take it up one at a time and think of it. present prevailing scenario that as I was going through, that deep learning or artificial intelligence, it is getting used in many different areas. So be it mechanical, be it electrical, be it metallurgical engineering, be it other branches of civil engineering, other branches of engineering. It is very useful, but don't jump into it like that. First of all, because you are a technology, you are going to be a technologist, please learn what is it. And for that, you require only a knowledge of mathematics. So groom yourself that way. I'll request you to groom yourself that with a professional mannerism, with a professional mind. A professional never gives excuses. I've seen the first year students or second year students, they tend to give some excuses. And I'm happy to see that in our class in third year or fourth year, they will never give excuses. That means they have grown into a professional. So groom yourself that way, make yourself strong, be healthy. So everything taken together will make you a great person. So from now onwards, today onwards, you are also each one of you are the ambassadors of this institute, IIST Shibpur. So I hope that you will bring laurels to this institute during the 4-year programs and beyond. There is a rich set of alumni who have gone out of this institute working in NASA in different places. You will get guidance from them. So I hope that it will be a great time for you. Next journey, this journey of graduation, it will be next great time for you. With these words, I once again wish that have a great time in this institute. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for so aptly highlighting to the students the etiquettes, the digital etiquettes that they need to follow in this digital era, urging them to grow up to be true professionals in their respective fields. Thank you once again, sir. So we are nearing towards the closure of this IOP 2021 inaugural event. May I now request Professor Rana Roy, Acting Registrar, IIEST Shibpur, to deliver the vote of thanks. Professor Rana Roy, sir.
Am I audible now? Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. You're audible, sir.
Yeah. Honorable Director, Professor Parthasarathi Chakraborty, respected deans, heads, learned faculties, and our beloved students. I'm indeed privileged today to present vote of thanks on this occasion, which through you symbolically is welcoming a new generation of technology in my view. I would like to extend a hearty welcome to all students who are stepping today into a new world. At the very outset, I would like to convey our sincere thanks and warm regards to our Honorable Director, Professor Parthasarathi Chakraborty, for your inspiring and visionary leadership in every sphere. I am sure that your welcome speech has inspired everyone present here. Sir, your immense involvement in each aspect of the Institute surely help us to overcome many hurdles at all times. Dear students, you are now part of a historic institute which has a rich heritage of over 160 years and has created a galaxy of great engineers in the past. You are the future of the institute and the country at large. I strongly believe that in the days ahead, your names shall be placed alongside the greats the institute has ever created and in fact the world also. Dear students, we believe that our existence stands at your hand. I request you to be in close touch with your teachers in the department, especially because you are now at your home. You shall also be extended immense support from Institute administration on all corners, especially from the Dean Academic and Dean Student Welfare, because you are now in your first year and you will be mostly required their support. I expect we shall be able to bring you back in the institute campus shortly to a resounding glory, and then the supports to you from all wardens and the chief warden, Professor Sudipto Mukhopadhyay in particular, shall be enormous. I cannot resist myself from mentioning that whenever you find really no solution, not always, remember that, as Dean Academic has mentioned, our Honorable Director allows to write to him, and to my observation, he shall promptly take necessary action for all cases. I would like to record heartfelt thanks to Professor Prasanto K. Nandi, Dean Faculty Welfare, for his initiative to arrange this program, and to all deans for sharing their views in different directions. Efforts of Dr. Dipankana Bhattacharya and Dr. Madhumita Rai are also kept on record for nicely coordinating this program. In closing, on behalf of the Institute, I once again congratulate all students who have formally become members of IIST's family and fraternity today. I would like to remind you that the hypnotizing sloka that we believe in, arise, awake, and stop not, till the goal is reached. May God bless you all. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Roy. With this, we are almost at the end of the inaugural session of IOP 2021. As Director Sir and all the Deans and Registrars Sir have mentioned, students, you are most welcome to the prestigious seat of learning which boasts of this 165 years of glorious heritage, IIEST Shibpur. The IIEST fraternity wishes you all the very best. We wish your stay at the institute, when you can come back to the campus and in virtual mode presently, is a memorable one, and we hope you make us proud with your acumen, hard work, as well as creativity. Now we will conclude this program with a rendition of our national anthem. I request the audience to remain standing while the national anthem is being sung. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. Thank you, everyone. Once again, the induction orientation program will continue as Dean Sir, Dean Faculty Welfare just mentioned, from December 15 to December 21. The details of the inaugural program is already uploaded in this, the induction program is already uploaded in the IIST website for your reference. The immediate next session today will commence in the afternoon. The afternoon session is from 2:30 p.m. onwards, where Dr. D.B. Prasad Duwari, Director, MP Birla Auditorium, Kolkata, will be delivering the popular talk. We have a lot of such talks lined up for you exclusively. Please do refer to the IIST website for all the technical details. Thank you once again. We formally close this inaugural session. Jai Hind.